This chart shows the many deviations in average Earth temperature that have occurred over the past 4,500 years. In this chart, today's temperature is represented by this black line you see going across here. Note the many times the temperature is shown being much higher than today. Because of the timescale of this chart, human anthropogenic contributions of carbon dioxide to the atmosphere mostly have happened during this short period of time here. Note the many references to volcanic events on the chart. Many of the deviations in temperature you see here were influenced directly or indirectly by large volcanic eruptions all over the world. Some of these eruptions would have added copious amounts of carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. Others would have added dust, soot, and sulfur aerosols to the atmosphere, which would have precipitated the cooling events you see here. It's also assumed that changes in solar output may have affected some of these swings, as indicated by this notification. Also note that the chart shows predicted or possible temperatures from the present going forward to the year 2038, where it's predicted to peak at around here. Not sure if it's gonna go down. But even here, the temperature will be lower than it was back here. Of particular interest are these two panels here indicating that volcanic events can precipitate very rapid cooling right after the event. This chart depicts Earth's average temperature in this particular graph here as compared with the carbon dioxide concentration in the atmosphere in this chart here. Earth's present temperature is represented by this peak here and its present carbon dioxide concentration at this peak here. I'll point out that the chart depicts the spike in carbon dioxide levels that occurred over the last 50 years. It also shows that there's been no corresponding spike in temperature during that period of time. Point out that if we look at the previous 4 peaks in the interglacials, which occurred over the last maybe 450,000 years, note that the average temperature was significantly higher than today. I'll also point out that during the previous 4 interglacials, carbon dioxide levels peaked at about 280 parts per million during that period of time. Now it's generally assumed that as carbon dioxide level goes up, temperature goes up, but that's not exactly what happened during this period of time. There were actually rises in temperature before there was corresponding rise in carbon dioxide. You can see that here. Here's the temperature peak and it leads the carbon dioxide peak. Both carbon dioxide and temperature appear to work in lockstep, but it's not specific. In fact, it turns out that rising temperatures can eventually cause an increase in carbon dioxide, and increases in carbon dioxide can eventually cause an increase in temperature. The temperature leading carbon dioxide behavior is not well known in the public domain. Here's a little piece by PBS, United Nations, that describes it.
CO2 doesn't seem to be the thing that kicks off the warming. In fact, temperatures start rising first and carbon dioxide levels follow. Every single time.
Now the differences between these peaks we see here, these are referred to as Milankovitch cycles. Those are the Earth's climate cycles that are basically influenced by changes in the Earth's orbit around the Sun. Now, according to Milankovitch cycles, the Earth should have actually entered a cooling period about now, but that hasn't happened. And the question is, did this not happen yet because carbon dioxide levels have spiked as much as they have? In other words, have we actually benefited temporarily from the increase in carbon dioxide in the atmosphere?